Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 9-6. Hope you had a great Labor Day. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. With Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. I invite you to click on that link to join me on camera. The link is only on Facebook, though. The show is on Twitter and YouTube at the same time, but the link is only on Facebook, on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. So if you'd like to join me, click on that and join me. So let me get started with today's show by taking some items from the pages of the Durham Skywriter. Let's start out with the word page, the government and nonprofit information page, starting out by saying that there are a lot of programs and services that are offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham and Durham County. Read about them at your convenience. Also, the Durham County libraries are open until 8 this evening. Bragtown is open until 6. Let's see what's happening with Durham for All. They're going out canvassing. I think they're going out today. So Durham for All is like a nonprofit, and basically they tell people, well, they talk with people and tell them how important it is to vote. They talk about people's issues, the importance of getting out the vote and holding politicians accountable. You just don't vote and then just walk away. So anyway, if you are interested in talking with your neighbors, talking with people out on the street, and maybe even in their homes or whatever, then contact Durham for All. So they go out canvassing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:15 until 8, and then they're out Saturdays, 10 until 2. So if you'd like to contact them, I do have the information right there on both the word page and the legalese page. Okay, let's see what's on the docket at Durham Tech Small Business Center and other community colleges across the state. They have these wonderful free webinars. I've gone to quite a few. In fact, they have one tomorrow that I think I want to attend. But here's what's going on today. These classes are free. Just sign up in advance and be ready to take some notes because they're really great. So today from 6 until 7, how to start a small business. Okay, some good basics there. And then from 6 until 8, discovering your unique position. I like that. And then from 6 until 7:30, a pre-launch, how to create a marketing plan. And that's before you actually open up and let people know that your business will be arriving soon, setting up shop, etc. So you can learn all about that, how to create buzz so that people already know that you are out there and you'll get business right away. Okay, so that's going to be from 6 until 7:30. These are online and they're really, really great. Knowledgeable teachers for sure. Okay, let me tell you about, Poof. They just had their grand opening, I guess, a few months ago. And Poof is a teen center. It's in Wellens Village. And so they're going to start their after-school program for young people, ages 13 to 18. And so this teen program, it's free. You do pay $45, like the application fee, sort of like to show that you're super serious, because sometimes people, especially kids, don't take things seriously unless they're paid for. And Roxanne is saying hello. Let me show her statement there. Hello, Roxanne. In fact, she's going to be joining us later in the show, so she's getting ready for that. Okay. So this Poof program, let me tell you what so the students can choose what they want to study. So basically from 4:30 until 5:30, they will be doing their homework with their tutors. So this is free, folks. This is super awesome. And then they will get financial empowerment training from 5:30 until 6:30. In other words, whatever money you get, you don't want to waste it. I'm sure they're going to learn about investing, etc. So that's going to be super. Kids need to know about money. They really do. Let's see. And then they get into their pathway study. And this is the pathway study. This is where their entrepreneurial skills will be developed in the areas of their interest. So here's what they have to choose from: cell phone screen repair, That's already a moneymaker, I'm telling you. Serious. Social media marketing, okay. A vending machine ownership, there's a lot of money in that. Computer repair, website design, photo booth operation, that's interesting. And, photo booth operation and management, t-shirt design, I'm loving this, visual art design, balloon design. You know, when you go to those special events and they have those arches made out of balloons, there's a lot of money in that. Girls tint to, I'm not sure what that is, but I will find out. And also shoe repair and design. It's, again, a free program. It's after school. It starts this coming Monday. So get those $45 together, fill out that application, and get your teen into this program because it sounds truly great. And again, it's Poof starting next Monday. The program will basically run from 4:30 until, until 8. So this is a very intensive program. Thumbs up to people from Poof. Okay. Also on the word page, let me tell you about SCORE. I think they have something going on. SCORE, by the way, Service Corps of Retired Executives, free mentors, free webinars. They're really great. So today there's going to be a class at 1 o'clock, Your Marketing Roadmap. Ask the questions, you need answers. This is obviously a super live webinar starting at 1 o'clock. It'll go on for about an hour, so you can definitely sign up for that as well. And just to let you know, Wester Auction and Realty, they're the ones who auctioned off Northgate Mall's items. So they're going to have an auction this coming Sunday, auctioning off items from Trosa's storage vaults. We have no idea what's in there. You can find out on Friday. So you can get a sneak peek on Friday from 10 until 2. But the auction itself will be 2 days later on Sunday. And then you'll be expected to, pay for your purchase and get it out of the auction place on the following Monday, which is September 12th. So read about that by going to the Durham Skywriter and going to the word page. That should be interesting. I'm curious as to what Trosa has in their storage. Okay, let's go to the health page, to your health. I do have your COVID-19 test and vaccine updates. I used to be able to just rattle off a few places where you could get free tests, but there's so many places. All I can do is direct you to the health page, and then you can choose from the many different places to get your vaccine or your test. And also, I have places listed where you can get your take-home test. These are the rapid tests. You can get 2 boxes. Let me show you. So 5 tests each. Okay. And I got mine from the Community Health Coalition. All righty. Also on the health page, there's going to be a special podcast today. Let me see if I can scroll down and find it. It's all about epilepsy. We really need to learn about this. So Roxanne Davenport, she's going to be my guest in just a few minutes, but she's going to talk about this podcast. The name is Seizure the Day. Very clever. So that's going to be at 7:30 tonight. Her guest is going to be Tony Kincaid, and he is he's also with the Epilepsy Association of North Carolina. I believe he's the founder. So she'll be on in a few minutes. And let me continue. Let's see. In fact, let's go to before we go to the health events page, HELP is open today. It doesn't feel like a Tuesday, but it is. So HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. So until 2 o'clock, because they opened at 10 already, they will be accepting donations of items such as wheelchairs, walkers, etc. And then they long-term loan them to people who need them and can't otherwise afford them. I just called them a few minutes ago. They were not able to accept donations of items last month because they were playing catch up. So they've all caught up, and they are now accepting donations again of bedside commodes, canes, etc., that sort of thing. So if you need to borrow something, long-term borrow, you can do so. Just go to their office for either reason, donation or borrow. So they're at 4206 North Roxborough Street, Suite 100. They're only open 2 days a week, Tuesdays 10 until 2, Fridays 1 until 5. All right. And now let's go to the Health Events page by clicking on the big blue Health Events button. Let's see. I think there's a meeting tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see. What is today's date? It's the 6th. Yes. So tomorrow, the Daughters Concerned for Aging Relative Support Group, they will be meeting online tomorrow from noon until 1:30. This is for people who are taking care of relatives or loved ones, or I said relatives or loved ones. That's interesting. Well, I guess you don't have to be related to a person to love them. That's true. Or a neighbor or whatever. So this meeting is online and it's really helpful. You can share tips and also get tips and resources as well. Okay, now let's go to the senior page. It's called SeniorScope. Let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life. Let's see. So tomorrow, with it being Wednesday, even though it doesn't feel like it, the Durham Center for Senior Life, will be giving away fans and also AC units. Now, they only have a few AC units, and it's really safe for people who can provide a letter from their health provider. But basically, it's for people who really, really, really need an AC unit because of health problems. So the rest of us can just pick up a fan for free from the Durham Center for Senior Life. Just go to the parking lot side on Hunt Street and just go around and pick up your fan. It's from tomorrow from 10 until 11:30. Now, if you got a fan last year from the center, you can't get one this year. But there you go. Okay, let's see what else is happening at the center. Oh, tomorrow, voter registration. Right. So they're going to have a voter registration and election information table tomorrow at the center from 9 until 11:30. That's in the morning, tomorrow morning. Learn about the upcoming election. You don't have to register in advance, just show up. Okay, and last but not least, grandparents. Guy, our cook is waiting in the wings. I don't know if I can probably bring you on, Guy. Just know that Roxanne has kind of reserved the spot, but you're welcome to stick around. Let's see. So Grandparents' Day celebration, and Guy is a very proud grandfather. The Grandparents' Day celebration will be at the center from 3 until 4:30 on Friday. They're going to have snacks, games, and music. So definitely try to sign up as soon as possible. They said register by Monday, but Monday was a holiday, so I do hope that you can register today. I did try to call the center, and I guess they're too busy to answer. I left a message, but hopefully you can sign up today. All right, now let's go to the legal page. It's called Legalese. Legalese and Safety First is the full name. Durham City Council, they will be meeting today from 7 until 10-ish. You can go in person to City Hall, or you can watch online or on TV. There's so many different ways. The city has a YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Boxcast, whatever that is, Spectrum Channel 8, Google Fiber Channel 8, Frontier, AT&T Uverse. There's so many different ways. So if you want to watch City Council, you can definitely watch starting at 7 o'clock this evening. Also on the Legalese page, let's see, Legal Aid NC has a workshop today. It's online and it's free, of course. So the topic today is Criminal Record Expungement Webinar. This is where you can remove previous offenses from your record, and that will help you get opportunities like jobs, housing, etc. So learn all about that at this free webinar, which is online today from 2:30 until 5:30. The link, everything that you need, is right there on the Legalese page. Okay, and now we're going to the sports page. Just a quick announcement about golf. So let's go there. If you like golf, the Raleigh-Durham Spark Golf Group, they're going to have their next league outing. This is going to be at the UNC Finley Golf Course. It's in Chapel Hill, but I'm mentioning it because it's for the Raleigh-Durham Spark Golf Group. So the game or putting or tee or whatever you call it, however you start a golf game, starts at 5 o'clock and will go for the next couple of hours. All righty, let's see. And now, last but not least, let's go to the Let's Go page. And that is the calendar of events page. So let's see what's happening here in the Bull City. Let me see, it's scrolling down to 6. And going on right now, in fact, before I tell you that, let me first mention that the Durham County Sheriff's Office's Animal Services Division has a rabies vaccination clinic. This is on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You can make an appointment by making a phone call. So your appointment can be between 9:30 and 11 or between 2 and 3:30. The cost is $10 cash only, and you can get your pet vaccinated for rabies. Okay, the Community Health Coalition, this is going on right now, folks. If you are in need, listen up. The Community Health Coalition, they are at 308 Crutchfield Street. That might not sound familiar, but it's like across the street from the Duke Regional Hospital. So it is just north of the Duke Regional Hospital. 306 Crutchfield Street, Suite D. They have their own entrance. So they're giving away free produce from noon until 4. So definitely head over there now and get some fresh produce. I will head over there as soon as my show is over. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant in just a few minutes. They will be giving away groceries starting at 12:30. They are at 1306 Fayetteville Street, right next door to W.D. Hill. If you're on the bus, that's the Go Durham 5 or 5K. If you're driving, go around and park in the W.D. Hill parking lot. And then head over there to New Visions, give the lady your name and, the other information that she'll ask for. I think she'll ask for your age and I think your address or something like that, or phone number. But anyway, go ahead, get some free groceries if you're in need. Don't be embarrassed. Just head over there. That's what they're there for. They are there to help. If you need groceries, get them. All right. And they'll be back 3 until 6 giving away free meals. Okay, Bahama Baptist Church has their plastic bag ministry. This is between 5:30 and 6:30. You go over there as a volunteer and you actually crochet mats out of plastic bags. This is given to homeless people so that they don't have to lie directly in the dirt on the ground. So it's a really nice effort, and it's called the Plastic Bag Ministry by Bahama Baptist Church over there in North Durham County. Okay, the Vox Vero Room. I always wonder how to say that. Vox Vero Room, Men's Chorus. They're having their open auditions. And don't laugh if I said it wrong, because I will get it right one day. One day I'm going to reach them on the phone and learn how to say that. But anyway, between 6 and 7:30, that's the auditions at Yates Baptist Church, 2819 Chapel Hill Road. They sing classic men's glee club repertoire, and you don't have to prepare a selection. I guess they just want to hear you sing. And there's also a Gmail address that I have right there for you. If you have any questions, you can definitely write to the person. Okay, Harris, did I tell you the time? Between 6 and 7:30. Okay, Harris Beverage, they are hosting the Durham Toastmasters meeting. This is where you learn how to speak extemporaneously in front of people, like what I'm trying to do. So you can learn how to do this. They do this once a month. So today's meeting is from 6:30 until 8 at Harris Beverage on Hillsborough Road. If you don't want to attend in person, you can attend online. Just watch from home and also participate from home. This is from 6:30 until 8, and it is free. Okay, High Wire Brewing, they're having a Tuesday ping pong tournament. That sounds like lots of fun. 6:30 until 8:30. High Wire is at 800 Taylor Street on the northern end of Golden Belt, which is right off of Fayetteville Street. Marvis Fun's having her Stay Well virtual line dance class from 7 until 8. This is where you learn how to dance all these new line dances and some of the classics as well online, and it's on Zoom. It is free. Splat Space, they're having their open meeting from 7 until 8:30. This is in person, finally. 800 North Mangum Street. This is for makers, hackers, and crafts people who like to work with tools. They have all all that fancy stuff, with the 3D printers and all the lasers and all that sort of thing. Really, really fun. So learn about their various levels of membership. The meeting is an open meeting from 7 until 8:30 this evening. Okay, the Tuesday Blues Jam starts at 7 at the Blue Note Grill. You can join in. You can just hop on stage. If you play guitar or bass, you can use their amp. I almost said speaker. Their amp. If you're a singer, just hop on stage and sing the blues if you'd like to do that. Should be lots of fun, and also free admission. Okay, I told you about Durham City Council meeting tonight from 7 until 10. Told you about that. CJ Baker Entertainment, they're having their open mic and jam session. I think it's every Tuesday at a relatively new spot, the Hayti District Bar. This is at the Phoenix Crossings Shopping Center on Fayetteville Street. And the official address is 908 Fayetteville Street, Phoenix Crossing. So that should be really, really, really fun. Starting at 8 o'clock, and it will go all the way until 11, free admission. All right, I think that's pretty much it. It's a 2-pager, so let me check, make sure I have everything. Yeah, that's it. So it just finished raining, even though it wasn't on the schedule as far as the weather forecast is concerned. So I thought I'd better consult my app. In fact, I'm going to close it and reopen it to make sure I give you the very latest. So right now is 83, and even though it says it is cloudy, it's sunny right now. It's really confusing. But anyway, it's supposed to be raining starting at 1 o'clock. There's an 80% chance of rain. The high is going to be 87. Okay, they changed that. So it's going to be 87 apparently. That means it's going to be really humid today. So move slowly. Now tomorrow, the forecast says 85 and cloudy just about all day. And we'll see, because it just finished storming a few minutes ago. It's not even in the forecast, but boy, it really came down. All righty, so I don't see Roxanne. I know she's around. In the meantime, let's bring on Guy, our cook. He is here after all, so let's bring him on with a little bit of fanfare and see what's happening in Washington State. Hey, Guy, what's new?
Well, the weather that we've always had triple-digit temperatures, right?
Yeah.
Today, it had a little more fanfare. The weather forecast is for 91 is the high. And tomorrow is going to be in the upper 80s.
That's all. Whoa.
Well, that's the good news. The bad news, there's always bad news. There's a fire weather watch from Wednesday 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. That means the wind is going to kick up. They're going to be gusts as high as 35, I think they said. It's going to be 10 to 20 mile an hour winds and then up to 35 tomorrow afternoon.
So you haven't had any rain? Is that the problem?
The humidity is going to be like 15%. It's going to be really dry. Dry, windy.
Wow.
That's a bad recipe for a spark.
Ooh, wow. I wonder if Roxanne got called away, because I don't see her. Roxanne, let me know if you're trying to get on board and you can't.
Yeah, she might not know how to do the StreamYard link.
Oh, yeah, she's been on before. She's been on.
Okay. Well, then,
there she is. Okay. There she is.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on. You talk.
Oh, okay, Guy. You don't have to go, but
okay.
However you want to do it.
Okay.
Hey, Roxanne.
Well, I know Roxanne.
Okay, Guy.
Years ago.
You can stay.
However you want to do it. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, somebody has their sound up too high. Oh, you must have your Facebook page open, Roxanne. Oh, somebody has their sound up too high.
There's something in the background at Roxanne's house.
Oh, I do.
I think she has 2 pages open.
Okay. Now.
There you go. So
yeah, we've talked before.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
On Blab with
gosh. Don't age us.
Blab, well, that was years ago. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is how we met, isn't it?
Roxanne's been talking about epilepsy since I can remember. I mean, that's her niche.
It's her life's work.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, besides being a mom, of course.
Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
keeps you busy.
One of them's out of the house now, though, but that's how long we've been talking. The other one has gotten married.
Oh, beautiful.
Grown up that much, so.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first tell us who you are. I mean, for the people who are watching who might say, "Oh, I don't know that lady."
Well, I'm Roxanne Davenport. I'm an epilepsy advocate because I have seizures, and not as often as it used to be, thank goodness. But I want everyone to know how different they are, because I don't fall to the ground and shake, anything like that. So if I didn't tell you I had one, you might not know. But I want to help the others that need it, because there's a lot. There's, let's see, I looked at the numbers today. There's almost 4 million people in the United States
with epilepsy. Wow.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, what you told me, is that sometimes parents and maybe even teachers might not realize that a kid has epilepsy because we've been conditioned to think that they fall out on the floor, like you said. And sometimes they just like disengage and they might stare into space or something. You might think they're goofing off.
Like me.
You can't help it.
No, I just stare and sometimes shake my arm, and that's it. And I couldn't believe it. I told the nurse and my mom that they were lying, because when I had my last, it's called a video EEG, where they take me off my medicine slowly to see where they're coming from, because it might be a different area now.
Okay.
Because I had surgery to remove what they thought was causing them. And I talked during it. They held up the nurse held up a little sign and asked me to read it, because I have an aura before mine come on, and I can push the button.
So an aura is what?
Well, it's different for everybody. See, our brains are just so different or something. Than everybody else. We're just completely different. Well, anyway, me, it is a nausea feeling, but it's different from the nausea when I feel sick.
Yeah.
Now, is that not weird? I mean,
no, actually, it might be disoriented or something.
I have no idea, but it's a different kind of nausea.
Yeah.
And I can tell the difference when to go run to the bathroom and throw up than to just sit somewhere and have one, which mine are 30 seconds to a minute. Well, one time the nurse held up a sign for me to read, and I read it. And I just mumbled it a little bit while I was having it. And I turned and looked at them and I said, "You're lying." Because I've never done that. I've never had somebody actually hold up a sign to say what it is. But I read it.
So what were they testing? Whether you were still able to function during an aura period?
Or to see where the spot was.
Okay.
And
I hope it helped.
Didn't show changes on the EEG until after I pushed the button for 15 seconds. So that's how deep that area is for the EEG to pick it up. And it's just amazing how our brains, are made, or, well, I had my seizures because I had a high fever when I was a baby, and that caused scar tissue. That's why I have
That
mine.
sounds similar to me. I had super high temperature, and I was going into convulsions, and I didn't find out until I was an adult that I have scar tissue on my heart. But I didn't end up with epilepsy, though.
Our bodies too.
Wow. Interesting.
But I do want to mention going to sign up to vote. That people with any kind of disability that can't go to the place where they're supposed to cast their vote, they can call, like everybody wanted to during the COVID thing. You can call and get a form sent to your house where you can vote that way. So people with disabilities can vote.
Okay.
So
they should. Have they been not voting?
I don't know. I don't know. There is a there is a group that has, I forgot the name of it. Oh, I wish I remembered. But I would have loved to go with them because they go from different places to different places throughout the state, saying, other than people, sign up to vote, regular people, they say, well, okay, people with disabilities can sign this form and they'll get, to be able to vote at home.
Well, thank you. I will look into that and put the pertinent information for Durham, because I know you're not in Durham. You're in Lewis.
Forsyth, Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem area. Yeah. So thank you. And I will look in fact, I'm going to make a note of that. And definitely
one more thing, and I will leave you alone, and you can finish.
Now I want you to tell us about Sam's Law.
Yes.
And we'll talk about your podcast.
Yes, I started a podcast because I want people to know how I've gone through my epilepsy, because I don't even count how many medications I've been on, and the surgery, and now this new little pacemaker for my brain, the vagal nerve stimulator, and it seems to be helping better.
Excellent.
It's where I have a magnet, a real high, I don't know what you call it, a magnetism or something like that.
Powerful.
Yeah, and I eat, and I have to remember to move my fork or spoon out of the way, or it'll pick it up while I'm eating.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot to move it up to the top of the plate out of the way. I just laugh about it. See, you know me, I laugh about it. But
So when you go through the airport, you have to tell them, right?
I did. And I was able to go through the little 3D thing, and that was fine. But MRI, no. Yeah. Or they turn it way down while I'm in there, and they have to do lower magnetic rays or whatever. But yes, I started that. And C's is in quotes, and then URE.
Seizure, the day.
The day is how I did it. And tonight I'm going to be, this is the first time I've ever been on YouTube actually interviewing somebody. Usually just on fun because I put on there where we play games on Friday night and Sunday night with people I met from Google. So I've known them for a while, and we play games, and he videos it, and they're fun because you would not believe what you end up saying or talking about playing those games. But this is the first time that I'll actually be interviewing someone online on YouTube, and it's at 7:30. And it's the president of the association that volunteer for, and everyone in the association,
North Carolina.
Epilepsy Association of North Carolina, everyone volunteers. No one gets paid.
Okay.
Everything that we get in the mail or whenever we have a gathering, a car show or something like that, all the money goes to the association. So I'm going to talk to Tony Kincaid, and he had it rough when he had his, because that was in the 70s, I believe. And, you know, they didn't vote for the ADA. And so you will hear some stories about.
Yeah, American Disabilities Act is kind of recent, isn't it?
It is. It was with Bush and what's his face? See,
yeah, him.
What, Clinton? Clinton?
I'll have to look it up. But that was he signed it. The first Bush.
Oh, okay.
The first.
Now, for this event that you're going to do, Roxanne, are you sharing the link in the comments to where to go on YouTube to find it?
I can.
Yeah, that's just a thought.
She can do that.
I've got to beg off, and thanks for having me on. But when I just stepped away for a minute, I call them missions from Mom. Okay. She wants me to go get something, so I got to go.
That's called the honeydew list.
If I say no, I'm busy talking to Pat and Roxanne on Durham, North Carolina about epilepsy.
Honeydew list guy.
She's going to say, "Hang up." So I am. Goodbye, Roxanne. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
And you know how the wine gets better the longer that you keep it. Well, Roxanne's been in the epilepsy thing for at least 10 years. I'm sure long before that. So if you've got any questions, that's the lady that would know, because she's been doing it that long.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Guy. And I'll see you real soon.
Let's hope we don't have forest fires to report tomorrow. And that typhoon, remember the other day I talked about that big typhoon in the Pacific?
Yeah, in Japan, in Korea.
It hit landfall, and I guess it did some damage, some rain.
I read about it before it happened. I didn't see what,
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of something. I haven't looked it up today, but it was a doozy. Anyway,
bye. I'll check it out. Okay, guys, thanks. See you soon. All righty. And even Marvis is wondering if you're talking about Clinton, but you said you're going to look it up. But let me. I need to congratulate you, because I know that that your organization, Tony Kincaid, you've been working for the what's it called, Sam's Law, so that teachers across the state can learn about epilepsy, so that if a child does have epilepsy, they'll know what to do. Because like you said, they don't always just fall out dramatically. Sometimes they're staring and they might hit them, hit their desk, pay attention. But they might be having an epileptic seizure, but the subtle kind. And so it's important for teachers to know about the Sam's Law, which has not, you're working for Sam's Law. It hasn't been okayed yet. But I do want to share this, a letter from President Joe Biden, which I copied onto the pages of the Durham Sky Writer on the health page. I do want to give you a big thumbs up for that. That doesn't mean that Sam's Law has passed just yet, but at least you got an acknowledgement from the president.
Yeah. I've wrote some things online that said if Congress won't pass it, then we need help with fundraising, because we can make posters at least to put in the classroom, because if they won't pass it for them to go to a class, then they need to at least have, 1, 2, 3, 4 of what to do. And then that'll help. But they need to at least have one person there a day because the nurse isn't there all day.
I mean, all you're trying to do is to have the teachers know how to help their children if they have epilepsy. Is that asking for too much? I don't think so.
No. And some stories we have, I don't know how long you're on, but it's awful. She's not the youngest, but a 4-year-old had one of these brain pacemakers, a vagal nerve stimulator put in.
Okay.
And she knows how to use it. And she just tried to go to kindergarten, and they wouldn't let her go to school because of that. I know. So
obviously some more education. I mean, I guess we've come a long way in a manner of speaking, because supposedly people who saw folks having epileptic seizures, and we do need to point out, even though we're kind of downplaying the people who do fall out, that does still happen. And we have to acknowledge that, because the teachers especially need to know how to help their students, and maybe the other kids. It would be nice if maybe during gym class they could at least discuss. I don't know if they have health days during. In fact, not all schools even have gym anymore. But when I was a kid, at least in high school, Mondays was like health education. We didn't do the sports thing. We did the health education.
Right.
It would be kind of nice if somebody in the school could learn how to help others.
Well, it's sad. My daughter is at home, is in the marching band. And there were 3 other teachers there that had their kids in the marching band. And I asked them, separately, what would you do if you saw a kid have a seizure? And only 1 out of the 3 answered correctly.
What's the correct answer?
The answer, if they have one where they fall to the floor and they're shaking, you turn them on their side. You don't hold them down, but you move everything away from them.
Make sure so they don't get hurt. So they don't get hurt.
Right. And you do not put anything in their mouth. You won't swallow your tongue.
That's what I heard when I was a kid. Yeah. So. And actually, what's Miss Marvis saying? Wait, the school wanted to retain. Oh, she said also the school wanted to retain the kindergarten student who who's a seizure disorder. I'm not sure what do you mean?
Not that they wanted to, keep them from going.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Marvis. Wow. Yeah, obviously more education is needed, because back in the day, people, church folks thought it was demonic possession and that kind of stuff. And I think also you were telling me how by law it wasn't even necessary for them to even serve people with epilepsy, to not even let them in their store if they didn't want to. I'm like, man.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, they don't even want to. Okay, they didn't want to pass.
That's sad.
So
that is sad.
Forward.
But
gotta get your education. So obviously, some education is obviously in this area very necessary for the kids, the adults, and it would be actually. Do you think children who have epilepsy? Do you think they are instructed how to explain it to others?
I hope their parents did. Mine didn't tell me to let them know not to put anything in their mouth, but I didn't have any through school, thank goodness. Mine started after I was working so many hours overnight and not getting sleep.
Oh,
And I
wow.
think taking birth control brought them on
Mhm.
too. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I know. Think about when I had them and what I'd done different with my life.
But you
That's
also said, didn't you also say you had something, high temperature as an infant?
right. That's what made me have one as in an infant, and
Oh, okay.
then a grandma when I was 8.
Wow. And then not again until you were an adult.
So, yeah. And they
Wow.
were completely different. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. The electrical activity in your brain is just
Mhm.
that different. But
The brain's an interesting thing. Now, your podcast is tonight at 7:30, and we can watch it on Facebook Live and YouTube, right?
yes,
Because I do have the link
YouTube
on the
and
health page.
yeah, I have it listed on the Epilepsy Association.
Mhm.
I'll put it on the page,
Okay.
and it'll take you over to YouTube.
Okay. And I do have a little link here on the
Okay,
health page
and
of Durham
ask a
Skywriter.
question beforehand. Or just type it
Oh, good
in,
point. Ooh, good
and
point.
there'll be one of the first ones to be answered if we have a lot of questions. I don't
Okay.
know how many to expect to be there.
Okay. So is
But
this every Tuesday, your show?
yeah, I already have
Tuesday
somebody
the
up.
day?
I already have my 2 other people planned for the next 2
Okay.
Tuesdays. So hopefully it'll keep going. But Sam's Law, we had 3 kids die at school within 1 year
Whoa. In the
because they didn't know what to do.
country or North Carolina?
North Carolina
Oh my
themselves.
God.
Yeah.
Oh. So they didn't know what to do at all then, I guess.
Mm-mm.
Man.
Yeah.
So they probably just stood around helplessly.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I
So
know. I don't. It's
so
horrible, but
so
yeah.
Sam's Law would go a long way to keep something like that from happening. So at least the
Right.
adults would know what to do should
Right.
something happen with one of their children. So, and again, they need to know the symptoms too, because again, you need to know. It's not just knowing what to do, but being able to identify what's happening.
It's not a hard class.
Yeah.
We can get a group of teachers together in like a conference center in like the mountains and the Piedmont, and then
Mhm.
off closer to the coast, and
Mhm.
and even put it on Zoom
Online, yeah.
or
Doesn't need to be in person
StreamYard,
anymore. Mhm.
something like that. Even put it on it,
Mhm.
explain it, and let them take a test afterwards, and
And then they'll
they'll
know.
be fine.
Yeah, that's all you're asking, right?
Yeah. That that's all. But like I said, if they don't pass that law,
Mhm.
we'll need help paying for the little posters
Mhm.
and maybe teaching them ourselves.
Now
But
there's 100 counties in North Carolina. That's a lot of posters.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
And yes, and it's going to be more than one poster per county because there's so many schools per county.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, now
I'm sorry.
I might
Sorry.
not have been asking for
I made
enough
it
money
daunting.
on the page I made.
Oh no.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's really important. And I do hope
it
that soon,
is.
and let us know what we can do to help Sam's Law get passed. Because you need just,
Thank you.
no offense, but more than Roxanne and Tony. I mean, you're a great team, but I think it'll take probably more than the efforts of 2 people to get this passed. So whatever we
Yeah.
can do, let us know.
If you don't have seizures and you want to come and talk to people and let them explain it so you'll learn that
Mhm.
we're not possessed like they used to think. I mean,
Some people might still think that, though, because there are a lot of people who have some interesting thoughts that I'm finding out by watching YouTube and TikTok.
Oh, and that man that didn't let that person get on the subway. I remember, I saw a guy who saw this man just fall and start shaking, and in between the door where they closed, he put him out on the outside, and so the door was closed for the subway.
I didn't hear about that one. Oh boy,
that was a while back. I saw that online, and very sad because I write about I write about that stuff on one page, and then I write about me on another one because it's, believe it or not, mine's still not under control. 40 years.
Yeah, but at least you have that brain pacemaker that helps. So obviously we need to follow the Epilepsy Association of North Carolina, both on Facebook and also your website, in order to keep in tune with what's happening, right? And to watch your podcast tonight at 7:30.
At 7:30, yeah, and you'll hear about Tony because, I had never had anyone talk bad about me or make me feel bad that they thought something was really wrong until last year. So kids were fine with me, but it was adults, 3 adults, that made me feel like, they didn't want to be near me or do anything with me.
That's ignorance right there, though.
That was, and still,
that's really sad.
That one of them that was with us in a group, she just doesn't pay any attention to me, doesn't ask me to help. I might give it away, but it's with the band. And after school, the marching band. I helped with everything, and now I'm not being asked to do anything.
Wow. It's ignorance.
Because this one person we went to New York to play in Carnegie Hall.
Oh.
And they got invited. The band. Okay. And it was actually nice because there were 4 people to one room. And it was like they kicked me out to the room they left to see if a kid would have COVID. Wow. So I was like, okay, sure, I got my own room now.
That is so weird.
But it is so weird. And now one of those ladies is over what part of the band will do, and that is what I had done and helped with every year.
Yeah,
was moving the equipment, and I have not been asked. And we've already had 3 games.
That's really weird, Roxanne. But anyway, that's something for her to work on. Well, she's obviously not going to work on it. So I guess you just have to accept the fact that for now she's just really ignorant. And maybe one of these days she'll become educated. However, whoever does it, I don't know. It's not going to be you probably, but maybe somebody might take her aside and say, you're really, kind of.
But that's the first time that's happened to me.
Wrong. And that's weird. And I can imagine it probably happens to kids too at school.
I know. And then they would take it harder.
Speak up for them. Yeah.
So
we need a lot more education. So folks, watch Seizure the Day. It's going to be tonight, 7:30. It's going to be on Facebook Live. The link is on the health page, the Durham Sky Writer, as long as it's right under the letter by President Biden. You can check out the letter. And hopefully we can learn more about epilepsy. And I admitted in an earlier conversation with Roxanne that I didn't know what to do when a kid had a seizure in front of me. I was a child myself. We were in high school, and people were yelling out what to do. And you can imagine what they were yelling out. And it was the wrong thing, but we were trying to be helpful. But we honestly didn't know what to do. We were trying to be, big kids trying to help out.
Yeah.
And but I'm glad you told us what is smarter to do. Lay the person on their side, remove things that could hurt them, and not put anything in their mouth, like spoons, like what we were told when we were kids.
And then the very last thing, if it's longer than 10 minutes, call the ambulance. If they know to have them. Like me, if I have one for 10 minutes, call someone.
Well, instead of waiting, shouldn't you call anyway? Instead of waiting?
Well,
I mean, just in case,
If they have them, they say 5 to 10 minutes wait to call. But
okay.
Yeah, because you have.
That'll be a long wait though, because if
I know that. Yeah, but if they haven't ever had them before, you definitely call.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they say. But I know they would probably call or call their parents or
call anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be hard just to watch.
Well,
somebody, how they say on TV, somebody do something.
All right.
But I understand. I mean, it would be embarrassing for the person if it's something that they can deal with, but it only happens a few minutes. But for the rest of us who haven't seen it, it would be scary, and we would just naturally want to call 911, I would think. But in any case, you're going to instruct us, and I know you're going to give us some good information on tonight's show, Seizure the Day, 7:30 on Facebook and YouTube. Like I said, the link is right there on the health page of the Durham Sky Writer. And also follow, do you want them to follow you, Roxanne, or or Epilepsy Association? Or both?
If they want to know what it's like to live with it, then they can follow Seizure of the Day, Normal Life with Epilepsy on the podcast.
Oh, okay. That's smart. Okay.
And then Seizure of the Day, Normal Life with Epilepsy is where I write about other people.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah, because there's some stories there.
I can imagine. Well, thank you so much, Roxanne, for coming on the show. I appreciate it. You can come on whenever you like.
Okay.
Okay. Take care, and I'll see you tonight at 7:30.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. That was so fun. Always nice to talk to Roxanne. I forgot we met on Blab. That was like the first live streaming app for many of us. I think that was back in 2015 or 16, or I don't even know. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your day. After all, is it still the lunch hour? Oh, it's after the lunch. I have talked your whole lunch hour away. I hope I have not ruined your day. But with that, have a beautiful afternoon. Try to stay dry, even though it's not supposed to rain. It's getting really, really dark here on Cap Street. Seriously dark. So anyway, try to run and get some free produce also from the Community Health Coalition. They will be there until 4:00 at their office. Just remember that they have a separate entrance, and it's on the right-hand side of the building. That's their entrance, Suite D. So anyway, have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.